Next up, though, something a little different. Mercedes-Benz EQG concept, yet another Munich reveal from Mercedes-Benz. This is their take on the future of the G-Class off-roader. So there you can see very boxy design, but with lots of light-up elements added to the body. The grille kind of lights up like other EQS model or EQ models. There are some add-ons to the bodywork. There's a squared off what would normally be a spare tire, but I understand that's where the battery charger goes. That's on the rear hatch. It also lights up. So this is like the future of off-roading. They haven't really shared many technical details about this vehicle, but it sounds like it's going to be built on a ladder-style frame and probably share a lot of components with the existing G-Wagon. So that's pretty good news if you want a rugged off-roader, because obviously that thing is built to climb mountains just about anywhere. The battery, of course, is integrated into the frame, and that should get you an independent front suspension with a live axle at the rear. Power would be provided by 4 electric motors that Mercedes-Benz is saying are mounted close to the wheels, so that should give you, a number of different benefits. You can power each wheel individually, or you can simulate having a locking axle and doing all that fun stuff. For better performance off-road. And speaking of performance, they're saying it should be very comparable to the existing G-Wagon, which is good news. And supposedly this vehicle is pretty close to production, and it could go on sale in a couple years, which, given their current cadence of introducing electric vehicles, seems entirely possible. So I don't know.
One of the details that just got me scratching my head is the concept of 4 presumably independent electric motors, 1 for each wheel, and then still going with a live axle rear suspension. That was obviously a choice that they made.
Yes.
And I really want nothing more now than to sit down with an engineer and talk about that.
Yes, isn't that? Now, maybe the concept has the live axle just to get it to roll out onto the auto show stage. But you're absolutely right. If you build this vehicle and it has a live axle and 4 independent hub motors, or just 1 motor per wheel, not necessarily mounted in the hub, that would be a very curious decision. Like, why not just go 4-wheel independent at that point?
Maybe they're doing something
like Ford
weird
did with the Lightning.
Maybe the rear axle isn't independent. I don't know. I have so many questions now, and I want to talk to an engineer about this. But I mean, other than that, this concept's perfect. Just put a price tag on it and start selling it. I mean, no changes, just no notes. It looks amazing.
Yeah. I know Daniel Golson, our social media guy, I believe he covered this reveal, and he was blown away by it when he saw it. So yeah, pretty cool. The only thing I don't care for is the weird G on the roof. I think that's a bit unnecessary, but that's just me. If you see one of those
I didn't realize
shots,
that was a G until someone pointed out that it was a G. I spent about a day wondering why there's a J on top of this thing. But now that I see the G, I can't unsee the G. Maybe it should be flipped 180 degrees so that when you're looking at it from the front of the car, it's not an upside down G.
Or maybe it just shouldn't be there at all. That would be my preference.
Where's the fun in that?
I don't know. I'm not a fun guy. But yeah.
But I
this
mean,
might be the most important.
I would think we're probably about to say a very similar thing. It's an interesting concept. It seems like a no-brainer considering the appeal of the G-Wagon, the amount of money that people are willing to pay for G-Wagons, that pushing, what is essentially a luxury flagship and an icon into the future is a no-brainer. And it looks like a very smart way of doing it, keeping the things that enthusiasts, off-roading enthusiasts really enjoy about the G-Wagon, the ladder frame, the live axle, the rugged capability, and the style that the influencer set sort of likes in it, that sort of big boxy, it's the G-Wagon when you see it coming down the block. It's like a perfect synthesis of those things. And I love it. Yeah.
Think this is the most important concept Mercedes unveiled at the show, or did you prefer the Maybach?
I mean, as far as Mercedes' bottom line, the Maybach's probably more interesting in that it essentially is previewing an electric Maybach, but it's also previewing an electric GLS or GLE replacement. So those sort of like more, the GLS and the GLE are big volume sellers for Mercedes. So I think that as a preview of what the future of Mercedes' bottom line is going to look like over the next 10, 15 years, the Maybach is a much more important concept, but this EQG is way more fun to look at.
Absolutely. It's got the wow factor to it.